Hello and welcome to the Cold Coffee Club, a podcast brought to you by Houston Moms. We're here to give you a little bit of that mom-to-mom connection, fun, and conversation amidst all the chaos. Join us as we take a break from doing all the things and explore the wide spectrum of this crazy motherhood role. We'll interview fun guests, talk about cool grown-up topics, laugh, share, and grow together. So go ahead, reheat that coffee, and put your feet up. Here we go.
Good morning. Welcome to the Cold Coffee Club. This is Ashley.
Hey, this is Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. How's it going? Spill some tea for us this week.
Okay. Well, I was going to share that last weekend we went with some friends to Topgolf. And we're getting to the stage now with our parenting where the friends have a little boy who's Jack's age, but they don't have anyone for Ellie to kind of hang out with. And so sometimes when we hang out with that particular family, she just feels a little bored because it's just like, well, she's just here alone. So we were like, hey, bring a friend. Let's just bring a girlfriend with you and y'all two can have your own thing. And so she brought a little friend with her. And man, that was so much fun. I know you're paying for an extra person, but she was in her little heaven and Jack was in his little heaven and the adults got to chat. And I just love the stage of parenting that we're at. That instead of being taking friends' kids and their diaper bags and all these things, it's just her dad dropped her off at Topgolf and we dropped her off at her house when we were done. And I just was so thankful for her. I was like, no, this is a blessing to me that Ellie gets to not just sit there and be like, oh, I'm bored. They were really cute.
It's really nice.
It's also fun to watch that. They're in 5th grade. It's just that age of the things they talk about. We would drop in on their conversations every once in a while. And it's very funny.
That's so cute. It is.
What you got going
funny. So 2 things. First of all, my thumb is in pain, and I don't know if this is start of kind of carpal tunnel-ish kind of stuff, but I was trying to figure out why my thumb hurt so bad as I was laying in bed scrolling through Instagram, and I was like, well,
that might be it.
So there's that. I'm like, this is a problem. I'm going to switch to my left now. But also, I feel like I owe you and our audience an update to the Cupgate situation where my son's cup was stolen.
Yes.
So my son's teacher spoke with the child that took the cup, and so it turns out that 4th grade boys do this thing called roasting each other, where they just pick fun at each other, which I'm not a fan of. Yeah. And apparently some things were said that upset this boy. So first, the story was that my oldest called this little boy gay, which was I was like, we will shut this down immediately. But then
he's pulled out of school and we are, you're this is ridiculous. Yeah.
So after talking with him and with the teacher and getting the full story, it turns out my son goes, Mom, I didn't call him that. I don't know what that means.
Bless him.
And I realized that we had conversations about some boys can marry boys and girls can marry girls. It is but I never used the word gay. He's like, I don't know what that means. But apparently the boy called him that first, and Oliver was basically nuh-uh, you are. And then the boy was upset. And so it was there are several conversations that we're needing to have. We started off with a few things this game should not be a game. Okay. This is not funny. This is not how we treat each other. But also, this is what gay means.
Yeah.
He was just I had no idea what that means.
We're so used to using the anatomical words and stuff that that we forget that there's slang that goes around.
Exactly.
They're I don't know what you're saying.
He's I didn't even know what that meant. He called me, so I said, no, you are. And I was like, first of all, this is low key adorable, but stop that.
Y'all need to shut it down.
Yes. So that is what's going on with the cup. And we have all said apologies, and it should be fine now, but hoping this roasting game ends, because it's not.
I do love that his retaliation was just to steal his belongings, not to hit him. Not that we want him to hit him, but you think that a kid is well, I'm gonna, whatever.
Steal your cup.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's
it's
very
just
funny.
so adorable. It reminds you how much of like kids they are, but also I'm learning that they're dealing with some stuff at school that we need to address. So it's
Real
like
stuff.
that push and pull between being little kids and then like having these moments. So it is motherhood, motherhood.
It's always fun.
Yeah. What about some cream and sugar for you this week?
So I just want to highlight the fact that the American Girl doll company has announced their newest historical American Girl doll, which, like when I was a child, I had Kirsten, and Kirsten like was like a pioneer, like we have like it's historical. Well,
right.
What they announced yesterday is it's actually two dolls. They're sisters. They're twins. Their names are Isabel and Nikki. And they are from way back in 1999 is where they're from. Okay. So I'm going to just tell you some of the things that are in their images. We have the cat poster that says, "You got this," like, where it's like it's hanging. We have a Tamagotchi. We have an alien cup, like a little alien, like, because remember aliens were like kind of the thing, it's like with the Men in Black thing. A lot of yin yangs, a lot of like she has her own like desktop computer.
Wow.
There is a Pizza Hut set with its Pizza Hut cup and like the Book It purple pen that you would get for reading. So the inflatable purple chair.
Love it.
And yeah, I mean, like the bedding has,
oh my gosh,
the alien. So, it makes me feel weird in many ways, is all I'm going to say.
This is not on brand.
It's so cute. But they're so smart. It's the same thing they did with the 80s one, Courtney, where all the 80s and 90s kids are going to be like, guess what, kiddo? You're getting a new doll because I want all this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So yes, that is the American Girl doll
from 1999.
From 1999. History.
Yeah.
History.
This is great. This is great. Amazing. My cream and sugar this week is that I have had on my bucket list for years that I wanted to do a boudoir photo shoot for myself. I was just like, I want this. And I just was never in the right place to like really take that leap. I was like, huh. And I actually know a photographer who does this for a living. She's on Instagram at Shannon LaRouge. And I did a consultation with her and we got to try on outfits and stuff and just kind of discuss how I wanted to go about things. And I am so excited. Like by the time this episode comes out, I should have already done it. But I'm like anxious, nervous, but excited. And she is just really great energy. And I'm thankful to know her because that was one of the big deciding factors. I was like, I'm not going to some random person and be like, let's do this.
Right.
But I am really, really excited about it. And I think it'll be a very cathartic experience for me. I think I'm really ready for it. So if you're ready to take that kind of leap and just kind of feel empowered and amazing in the skin you're in, I would just based on my consultation alone, I would highly recommend going to Shannon. So yeah.
Anyone I've ever known that has done that has felt so happy that they've done it and was happy with their results. So, I mean, I think it's amazing that is something that women, that there are photographers that do that to empower and to make women feel confident in themselves. And I love that. Today's episode of the Cold Coffee Club is brought to us by Dr. Kimberly Harrison of Conative Parenting. We all know that parenting is hard. These kids don't come with a manual, though sometimes I wish they did. I know I'm not alone in saying that it often feels like I don't know what I'm doing. Discipline, handling rules around electronics and schedules and friends, it can all be very overwhelming. Do you ever wish that you could have an expert guide you in these difficult seasons? Even better if it was a professional that had training in child development and family dynamics. Well, thankfully, we have Dr. Kimberly Harrison. She is a clinical psychologist, writer, and speaker, and she loves helping families and parents grow. She has put together some of her best strategies into a parenting workshop that is both affordable and easily accessible online. Conative Parenting, the Basics includes 3 interactive learning videos. These modules are personalized for your family through structured self-study, and you can work through them at your own pace. For more information, click the link in our show notes. Today, we are talking about the side of parenting that is disgusting.
There's a lot of that.
Gross things that you just never realized you were going to have to do. So we're just going to share some of our some anecdotes, if you will, of things we have experienced.
What's something gross you've had thrown your way as a mom?
I mean, I just think there's something weird that happens in your brain when like you're in a car driving, or my husband was driving. I'm in the passenger seat. My daughter is in the back in a car seat, and she starts acting like she's going to throw up. Like she's doing that. Like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And I literally spun around in the seat, cupped my hands into a bowl.
Yep.
And caught it. Like, what? Who am I? That's disgusting.
The fact that becomes instinct as a mom.
Because I was like, you're not going to get this all in the seat. No, ma'am. I'm like, like, just here, take it. Just like, what are you saying to me right now? It's horrifying that I would do such a thing.
Speaking of vomit, I mean, my kids as toddlers, or as babies and toddlers, you play with them and they throw up in your face. Yeah. And like, that's just life.
The spit up. Ugh.
Yeah. And you it's gross, but you also just like clean it up and then go about your day.
Like nothing happened.
Bananas.
Nothing happened.
It's bananas. And I will also say I used to cloth diaper my children.
Okay.
So that process requires like spraying off dirty diapers into like the toilet, because you don't want to put it in your washer. Just that alone, I'm like, I'm too close to your poop regularly. I will, one of the grossest things, and like, if y'all aren't ready, get ready. I'm warning you now. This is extra, extra gross. When I first started cloth diapering, I didn't, some people have different systems. You wash every day, you wash every other day, whatever. Something about one diaper in particular, I didn't wash for a day and a half. I went back to get it. There were maggots.
No, there weren't. You're lying, and that's okay. And we're just going to skip it. No.
Like, oh my God, I quit. I can't do this anymore. I had to call my husband. I was like, you have to see this. I can't experience this alone. No. You have to see it. Yep. It was bonkers. Yep. What else is something gross? Let's move away from that.
So this one isn't as gross as it is just, I mean, it's a little gross, but it's more just like, like mom brain. When Ellie was a baby, like I want to say like maybe 6 or 7 months. I mean, like she was little. I gave her, she had a bath at night. I bathed her, put her on her changing table, and I like put lotion on her because her skin was a little dry. So I put, you just do like the whole, like, I am just caring for my baby. Like, here I go. And I zip her up in her onesie and put her to bed. Well, she slept like almost all night. Like she like really slept a long time. And so when you wake up, you're kind of like panicked, like, was everybody okay? Yeah. Well, I go to get her out of her crib. And when I pick her up, her little butt is wet. And I was like, oh, she leaked through her diaper. But I was like, honestly, like, I don't care. Like she slept all night. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, I go lay her on her changing table, unzip her. And I'm like staring at her. And again, your mom brain is like not connecting. She wasn't wearing a diaper. And I'm just staring and I'm thinking, how did she get it off? Like, how did she get it through the onesie? And I look at the crib and I see like the big, and I thought, oh my gosh, I did not put a diaper on my child when I put her to bed. I zipped her up, bare bottomed, put her to bed. Good night. What? I mean, I was so mortified, but then like all my friends were like, well, she slept. She was fine. She didn't cry. She's probably like, this feels nice. This is nice.
It's like a warm bath. You're just gonna sit in it.
Anyways, I was like, well, that was ridiculous. Like, and then of course, like it was like way more pee than I'd originally thought. Like in the bed. I was like, okay, sorry. She was fine, but I was just like, how did we get there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I always think it's fun, the little moments that you don't know about or you're not ready for, especially being a first-time mom. Like when my oldest was a newborn, I picked him up. I knew he was hungry. I was warming up a bottle and I tried to kiss him and he like latched onto my lip. And it wasn't gross, but it was like, this is odd. I'm like, let go. And you don't want to like hurt the baby, but it's like, let go of my face. And he was just like sucking away at like, where's the food? I'm like, honey, that's not it, but good try.
That's not there. I love, so like, in our house, like weirdly, Grant does fine with like poop issues or vomit issues. He does not like snot. He is not a snot fan. So anytime they have a bunch of mucus, he's like, you know, like he can't do it. It's so the nose Frida.
You love those. Those are
veteran
amazing.
Parents will know it's a little snot. It's like the snot out of their noses.
Yep.
And he's like, no. It's like I have to like go into another room when I would do that with my babies.
And it's so funny. People think that you're legit getting like snot in your mouth. And I'm like, it's a whole thing. It's nowhere near your mouth.
No, it's a filter.
There's like
a filter.
Yeah. I'm like, you're fine. But yeah. I get it. My kids were all breastfed. And when they would have poopy diapers, it would smell like buttered popcorn.
Okay.
And the first time I experienced a baby poopy diaper that smelled like butter popcorn, I'm like holding the baby, but like, who's popping popcorn? I'm like, where is that smell coming from?
I thought time for snacks.
I thought it was like, I thought someone left trash somewhere, like a popcorn bag somewhere. I was like, AJ, where did you pop? What is that smell? And I'm walking through the house and I'm like, I still smell it.
It's the baby.
It's the baby. Duh.
I mean, and you still like every parent does this. I'm sorry, but like when it's like one of those like, did the baby poop and you pick up the kid and sniff the butt like through the clothing or like or like even the peel back when they're bigger and they're not big, you can like pull it back and look.
Yeah,
man, like you're just like the things that just don't faze you anymore, and you're just like, how did we get here?
Yeah,
where like I used to be a lady, and now I am not.
I'm not. I won't say which child did this, but one of my kids had a little bit of a tummy bug going on and I let him sleep in my room and just in the middle of the night I heard, dang it. Like, what's going on? And he's like, I thought I had a fart, but it wasn't a fart.
Okay.
I'm like, get out of my bed, please.
That happens. That happens.
And it was so cute. He was just like, just woke up like, oh man, like he was just so irritated.
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe this has happened to me. Like, well, now I have to clean this.
Yeah, I'm like, this is fun. This is
like,
fun.
I actually like, just to tell on myself for a minute, I remember when I was like in, gosh, I want to say like a junior high-ish age. I was at home and I got a very sudden middle of the night stomach bug where it was one of those where like you're sleeping and you're fine and then suddenly you wake up and you're like run to the bathroom. Well, I did not make it. Like I ran, but I did not get all the way there. And like my bathroom at my parents' house is not attached to my room. I have to kind of go down the hallway. Well, I was in the hallway and I just was like, well, we're here. So,
it's happening.
Literally. And my mom, my parents' house is really old, so they can hear every footstep that ever happens. And so my mom heard me and came upstairs and like, she said it was like a crime scene. Like it was like, cause I was mid sprint and it was not going well. And I will never forget, like, I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, motherhood has to be so hard because I like continued to throw up and I went back to bed. No, I was laying on the bathroom floor because I knew like there was more coming. Yeah. And I remember my mom with like towels and a bowl trying to clean it. And I remember her like dry heaving. Like, oh
my gosh.
Like, Hua! And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
I'm like
gosh.
dying on the ground, like cramping up and whatever.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where you just had to
gosh.
sprint, but like, golly.
Yes.
It was not,
gosh.
it was, I remember that vividly.
Yeah.
Just because of like how, like, oh no, like this, I did not. Most time you can contain it to at least
Right.
like a bowl. No,
It wasn't happening.
no containment.
My kids have done literally everything with Play-Doh and dirt and just, messes. My kids have, played I would walk out of the living room and they were playing in the fireplace and there were just ashes everywhere. And I'm like, what is happening? But one thing I will always remember is one day my kids were all playing together. They were peaceful. And so I was like, I'm going to stay out of the room. I don't want to bother you. I knew they were playing with kinetic sand, but they understood where it belonged. They had these little trays. It belonged there. So it cannot leave the room. It cannot go anywhere. I come back just to check on them and I realize the majority of the kinetic sand is gone. And I'm like, where is it? And they're like, no one's answering me. But they're also playing. Had been playing in their underwear. They were just hanging out in cute little underwear. And I noticed that their underwear is full. And I'm like, wait a minute. They have glittery kinetic sand in their underwear. They all shoved it down in there. They were just hanging out with it. And I'm like, so their skin is like slightly blue and sparkly. I'm like, get that out of there. Shake it out, please.
Good night, man.
Like that's gross.
What occurs to you to make you go like, I'm going to just put this down here? Like, what?
And they all jumped on the bandwagon. They're like, yeah,
let's do it.
Like fun.
Let's do it. The last one I'll share, and this isn't even my story. This is actually a friend of a friend. I just heard this. It is of legends. And so I'm just like, okay, like it was a friend of a friend who had been getting ready all morning. She was going to host like a baby shower or a wedding shower at her house. And she had done a lot of the work. But there was one part of this recipe that she wasn't going to make yet because it wasn't time. You have to time it, right? Yeah. Where it's like, so she did everything she could. And then she was going to go get herself ready for the party, like get herself hair and makeup and everything. Because she'd kind of been like in pajamas. And then I guess she walked out after getting ready and was going to start this quiche that she was going to make that's full of eggs. And she looks, and on the carpet of her living room, her child had taken all of the eggs off the kitchen counter, had smashed them into the carpet, like all of the eggs, smushed them in as people are about to show up at her house for a party, smashing eggs into the carpet. And he said, I like eggies.
No.
Raw egg just seeping into your carpet as you're about to have, and now you can't make quiche because you have no eggs.
There's that.
We also have no main course, and my carpet is gonna smell like rotten eggs.
No.
I like eggies.
Like you're gonna eat those out of the carpet.
Yeah,
like
that's
that's your punishment. My last one is that I went to lunch with some Houston moms. Actually went with our co-owner Megan Clanahan and our editor Elizabeth Baker, and I had to bring my children, and they had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, cool, come with me, we'll go. And then I went, and all of a sudden, like, listen, these people are not new here. I have been the girl in their lives forever. So I just don't understand why today we chose questions, so many questions. And my kids left the bathroom and announced to the one child that I didn't bring to the bathroom. They're like, hey, did you know mom pees out of her butt? To the entire
pool.
They're like, that's why she sits. I'm like, why? Why did I bring you here? To the whole, like everyone was looking at us.
Mom pees out her butt. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley.
Hello.
Here's a fun fact about me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was great. Yeah. I feel like there's probably a million stories. We both have dogs. I'm sure our kids have done gross things around our dogs or just picking stuff up or
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but motherhood
It's
is
so gross.
messy
It's
and
gross.
dirty and gross and smelly. And there's constantly like this, why is this wet? Like what?
Yeah.
What is this?
Why is it wet?
There's a whole lot of that. Good times. Have your kids ever played with like the baby powder and like made a huge mess? My kids used to do that.
But they've done, what did they make him? There was something that Jack broke recently and it went oh no, I know what it was.
It the glitter thing?
The glitter thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a glitter stress ball.
Yeah.
Like a glitter stress ball. And they were I gave it to him to squeeze like while we were having like a parenting moment because his play therapist had recommended that. And it exploded.
Yep. Ugh.
That was not my best moment.
That is like, is just the theme of motherhood is just all the messes and all the grossness. Yes.
Explosions.
If you have any fun stories to share with us about your kiddos and their grossness, please send those our way. We love to hear it.
Love it.
Hey, Houston, we want to hear from you. Are you a local business owner, media personality, author, influencer, or just someone who has something we really need to hear about? Email us at admin@houstonmom.com and tell us a little about yourself. Maybe we can have you on an episode. Back to the show.
Okay, so now we're going to share our house blend, which is something we love on the Houston Moms website. Mm-hmm. So what do you got for us today, Ash? What's something you're loving on our site?
Yeah, so by the time this podcast episode comes out, our camp guide should be live. And listen, y'all need this. The summer is rapidly approaching and we have so many incredible camp listings, all kinds of information there. And you can just kind of like pick and choose what you're into. If your kid is into art stuff, we've got stuff for that. If your kids are into sports, we've got stuff for that. So definitely check it out. There are so many options.
Don't wait, because I'm always the mom every summer that like June 1st is like, let me sign my kids up for some camps.
Yeah.
And everything is full.
Yes.
So I can't imagine, I'm always like, what?
Yeah.
It's just last night. Yeah, no, people are doing this in February. Like, this is what's happening.
Blows my mind. Yeah.
Get on it.
What about you? What's your house blend?
I just am loving the rodeo guide that you put together for us. The rodeo is coming up. I know we had an episode on it last week, but we have put together our own guide of kind of the tips and the tricks and things you should know about and parking and how much tickets are and all that jazz. So if you are maybe new to Houston or maybe you're not new and it's just been a while, all of these links are in our show notes, but check out that rodeo guide.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to wrap up with a see you later caffeinator that is perfect for the grossness of motherhood. Okay. Scientists have determined that there are nearly 2,400 species of bacteria in your belly button.
Okay. I don't know about that. I don't like that at all. Ugh. Okay, with that, I'm going to go take a shower. Y'all have a great rest of your week.
Thanks
Goodbye
for joining
from the
us.
Cold Coffee Club. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Cold Coffee Club, brought to you by Houston Moms. We wish you a fabulous week with your families and look forward to sharing many more cups of cold coffee with you.